Welcome folks, I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hello.
We're about to look at a video I've been wanting to look at for a very, very long time. How it should have ended, how Avengers Endgame should have ended. Thank you, How It Should Have Ended, for allowing us to react to this. Very much appreciated. Before we jump into the video, want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Amino Apps.
If you guys don't already know, Amino Apps is this cool online community where you can basically celebrate all your different fandoms. Jaby and I are on there. We're on the Game of Thrones community. We're on the Marvel community. And it's really fun because you can interact with other like-minded fans. There's great fan art, polls, there's blogs, and now they even have this new stories feature, which is super cool.
I got one on there for Spider-Man, who my favorite Spider-Man, Peter Parker, well, not Peter Parker, but who my favorite Spider-Men are. It's a list, and there's one on there that I think would surprise you guys.
Yeah, so check it out, guys. Just download the app. We have the links in the description below. You can download it for Android or iOS. Check us out at Jaby Koay and at ACHARA KIRK.
Exactly. Like,
yeah, right?
What are you waiting for, bro? Because you gotta save the world.
I made out with your niece in the future. I'm really sorry.
What?
Because you got all the time in the world.
I know, right?
You know?
Why don't you just be like, hey, I can't explain it, but I'm here and love you.
Quick stop for a quickie, you know? Just go for it. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, dude.
You know? It's been a while.
Get it done.
Been holding out. It's all backed up. Just release.
The mouse.
Oh yeah, that's a good reference.
Thanos knows. Oh no, I'm being captured. If only I had a device that would allow me to magically escape back to my own time. Oh, right.
Oh my gosh, Thanos, the other nebula has escaped.
You guys.
Whoopsies.
I'm gonna do it. Let me die.
No, I should be the one to go. Let me.
You have kids.
You are way more attractive.
I never get to do anything important. Let me jump.
Guys.
No, let me.
Guys, I have been here so many years. I am bored out of my mind. I will jump. I shall give you the stone.
Really?
Yes, I will do it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I love you.
That is all I needed to hear.
Freedom. It's like a Dobby sock thing.
Right?
Well, all right then. Guys, I think it worked.
Are they dead?
No, mighty Thanos. Sensors indicate 0 casualties.
What the fuck, you guys? What kind of missiles are we using here?
A man with a fat wall. I can't pause
That was
one.
awesome.
Sitting there, and he doesn't have any Infinity Stones.
Let's kill him properly this time. You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me. I thought by eliminating half
You
of
talk
blood.
too much.
Ready, get this hammer off me!
Excuse me, 1 second, Mr. Captain.
Mirror dimension.
Oh shit, that's right.
Come on.
Sling ring and cut. Yes. Wong.
Everything from me.
I don't even know who you are.
I don't know how you're gonna get through all of that.
Honey, I just blew up his entire ship all by myself. Don't worry, she's good.
Yes, I'm so glad they're talking about this.
Let's get it for me.
Exactly. Like, she didn't need them.
Oh, sorry. I don't really need your help. But thanks, girls.
I am inevitable.
I am Groot.
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 Because of Batman.
It's okay, Tony.
Oh gosh.
You can rest now.
Can't somebody do something? Is there a doctor in the house? If only there was a device that could reverse things that were damaged.
Okay, fine. just wanted to see me die, didn't you? I'll never die.
Money.
So you used time travel to save the Earth and someone special who died.
Yep, and Cap put back the stones, and we all lived happily ever after.
Well, everyone except Natasha.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Who's Natasha?
What do you wonder? Why is Natasha?
There's gotta be a way to save her, right? Nope, she's gone forever.
You have a time machine.
I mean, yeah, guys, we can just go back in time before Natasha died and then bring her here.
We can do that.
Apparently.
Well, what are we waiting for?
See you in a minute.
Wait! You don't make it.
Huh?
Yeah, you die.
Yeah, so come with us.
Okay.
We got old Captain.
What just happened?
Now Black Widow lives! I think the consequences of messing with the fabrics of time are getting really loose here. Yeah, doesn't bringing her back before she dies for the Soul Stone mean nobody ever got the Soul Stone in the first place?
Yeah, it's a different timeline.
Oh, okay,
Oh, yeah.
well that clears up everything.
Hey, wait, what about Old Man Rogers?
Cap is still old!
Yes, I believe I am.
We can fix that too.
We can?
Of course we can.
I'd rather ask Cap some questions about him sitting back and letting history play out exactly the same way. Where did he go to another dimension? So many questions. No, let's make him young again.
Yay!
Okay, here we go.
Wow. I think you just invented immortality.
Time travel.
What is she, what
I
happened?
think I said powerful movie.
Shawarma.
You're Loki. No, I'm not. I'm you from the future. You're pointing at my butt. I'm not pointing at your butt. You're pointing at my butt. Stop pointing at my butt. It's rude to point. It's even ruder to point at butts.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching.
That's America's ass.
Yes.
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 Also Captain America's ass.
What's that ringing sound?
I don't know.
All right, if you guys are hearing a ringing sound, I apologize. It's coming from outside. Don't know what it is, but can't control it. It's beyond my, you know,
Powers.
powers that, yes.
Jaby powers.
I don't have that. I don't have that kind of control.
Nope, nope.
If only I had the glove, I could snap it out of existence, right? They pointed out a lot of things that I didn't even think about, but you sort of just buy into the conceit that some things are just like, yeah, even though that wouldn't happen that way, you sort of just buy it because of dramatic sake.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how it fits the drama. It's one of those things where literally anything can happen. I thought about this a lot when I was watching, whenever I watch something like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, you start to reach these areas where it's like, well, literally anything can happen, and so you just sort of buy where the narrator's taking you. I know there's a reason behind this, but in Lord of the Rings, at the end of Return of the King, when the eagles showed up, I'm like, that's there now. Don't know why. It's in the books. If you read the books,
Yeah,
you know.
it
But
is in the
but,
books.
I didn't read the book, so I don't know why that's there. But you sort of just buy into it. In Harry Potter, the time turner thing, it's like, so what's that about? Like, it's then they sort of explain it, but you know, once you involve time travel, it's sort of like, well, that's there though. Like, you could literally undo anything, like Gandalf's death. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, that's a whole rabbit hole of conversation. I'm just saying, like, you sort of just go wherever J.K. Rowling decides to take you.
Oh,
And-
you mean Dumbledore's death?
What did I say?
Gandalf.
That's what, yeah, exactly. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. People get them confused. That's a mistake y'all can accept.
I mean,
So-
they're both wizards.
yeah,
so.
they're both white wizard guys. That happened a couple times here, and see, the thing about Tony Stark is we're so connected to our movies on even like a production in the production sense as well now, because we all knew that Robert Downey Jr. was exiting, and so it's like, yeah, there are tools within the universe that could have fixed it, but that's not the point. It's that the actor wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And so that's how they're writing him out. I mean, maybe they could have found a way to like hide the stone that would have healed him or whatever, but I was so invested in what had happened in that moment that I wasn't even thinking about that.
Right, and it's way more dramatic to have people die, right? Because it just makes the story bigger, more epic. You get very emotionally involved. I mean, of course, as fans, we want everyone to survive,
Right.
but I don't think that would be a more interesting story. My favorite part was when Wong just came and just kicked butt. I loved that moment because, I mean, he's a pretty cool character, but he hasn't really had that big shining moment,
Right.
you know? And so to have him be like, let me just take care of that, Captain America, and then just kill Thanos.
Well, the fact that, you know, him and his ilk can have those kinds of powers,
Yeah.
it does make sense. Like, how come that, you
Yeah,
know,
why didn't you think of that?
Or even when Thanos' ship, like, well, let's just launch some more missiles, you know, like, why didn't you do that either?
Because they want to fight.
Yeah, I mean, there are all kinds of holes when you start to think about it. And I was thinking about this more today because I was editing our interview with a certain someone who shall not be named yet, because I want to leave that for a surprise. But we got an interview coming on this channel.
And it's not with Voldemort.
Yeah, so I am looking forward to sharing that with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Oh, the ring someone away.
Oh, wow.
I have clarity.
Superpowers.
I feel good now. Or even Scarlet Witch, you know?
Yeah.
Like, she could have done... But, I mean, they did show her doing some damage in the movie. I guess she does have the power to just kind of compress people into a... What do you call that? A trash compactor kind of thing. I enjoyed the movie so much. For me, it is my favorite comic book film of all time at this juncture. That and Dark Knight. And Captain America Winter Soldier comes somewhere after that. They're absolutely right. There's all kinds of plot holes here. But, and I enjoyed the humor within this. I admittedly had more laughs in other How It Should Have Ended videos, but I still enjoyed all the things that they pointed out that I didn't even consider. However, I was so involved in the journey of Avengers Endgame that I didn't even stop to think, oh, they could have, you know...
Yeah, no, it was just so well done, you know. They just kind of brought you on this journey and you're like, okay, I buy it, let's go. And we watched it 3 times.
The only one that I thought about while watching the movie, every single time that they pointed out here, and I'm glad they did, was when all the female superheroes united. Even Screen Rant pointed that out. Pitch Meeting, it's like, so they just all happened to be in the same spot.
I know.
You know, that felt kind of funny. And then...
But it was a great moment in the movie.
Not for me, because I was like, I just watched Captain America blow through that ship. So...
You mean Captain Marvel?
I'm sorry, Captain Marvel. I just watched Captain Marvel blow through that ship. So I don't know why she needs them. They sort of choreographed this thing where she needs them, but she didn't really. She could have just went and done her own thing.
It's almost like, you know, when you're a teacher or someone who's super skilled at something, but then the other members of your team want to be involved, but just because you're the MVP doesn't mean that you can't have the support of your team. Like, come on, share the ball a little bit. Let's do the thing. So maybe that's what she was doing, you know?
The bit with the hammer trapping Thanos, I thought was great.
That was smart.
I'm like, yeah, wait. There's all kinds of things there that could have ended this so much quicker.
What if Thanos was worthy, though?
He's not.
I mean, yeah, but what if the hammer is operating on another set of values and it's like, actually, Thanos, you're all right.
That would have been, even if they went that direction, that would have been profoundly interesting to explore. Like, sure, yeah, exactly. There's all kinds of holes, though, that exist, because if you just go online, you can find stuff easily. Like, I forget which movie it was. It might have been Guardians of the Galaxy, where they show when someone tries to hold the stone, how it's so powerful that it just destroys you, right? And there was a whole thing at the end of of Guardians of the Galaxy where it was amazing that what's his name was able to hold the stone and not die.
Yeah.
Star-Lord. So people are just kind of popping the stones left and right and like touching them and whatever. It's like not a big deal in this movie. And then, you know, Spider-Man's running with the glove in hand. He's just not accidentally like grazing the stone
Maybe
and
once
destroying
they're
himself.
in the glove, it contains the power. So only when you put it on, then, you know, it's super powerful.
My point is that if you think about it for even a couple minutes, it starts to fall apart.
True.
Because if your hands glaze over it, like, does it affect you at all?
You're like, ooh, hot.
One thing that someone pointed out that I thought was interesting, I forgot it was IGN.com perhaps, where everyone got snapped back into reality, the blip or something, or the blink, I forget.
The blip, I think.
Whatever they called it in Far From Home.
Yeah.
Someone asked, what happens to all the people who were inside of airplanes? When they get blipped back, are they in the middle of the sky? Or are they wherever the airplane is? Like, no one brings that up. It was just a funny, goofy moment where they show up in the basketball court, and I'm like, I'm not thinking beyond those parameters.
Right.
I'm just thinking about that right there because it's funny. I don't give a shit about anything else happening anywhere else. It's just it was for the sake of a joke. And when you try to go, well, if that's true, then this over here, it's like, no. You're thinking too hard about it. Just enjoy this.
But I appreciate that How It Should Have Ended thought about this really hard, because they came up with some like good alternative endings, I thought.
Yes. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Let us know your feelings on this video, as well as your feelings on our feelings in the comments below. Fill those comments up with your keyboard warrior skills, and check out ACHARA KIRK. She's on the social media and just got some photos there if you want to stare at her face longer than in this video. I'm on the social media.
Yeah, and we're on Amino Apps.
I'm on Amino Apps. But if you want to see me do some flips, and I'm not joking when I say that,
Yeah, it's true.
go to my Instagram account, and that's at Jaby Koay. I'm also on Twitter if you want to hear me say some funny things.
Get Jaby.
Sometimes. Thank you, Amino Apps, for supporting this video, for sponsoring it. Really appreciate that. And I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA.
Peace out.